I'm sure there are many reasons why people don't like the Donald Trump, but here are some reasons why I hate him. His staff, just like himself, are not qualified for the job. He has a staff full of dummies, just like him, with zero political experience. Trump has vowed to make America just as successful as his businesses. But how did that happen with Trump and his numerous bankruptcies, his numerous complaints of fraud stemming from the Trump University, and let's not forget his failed casinos in Atlantic City? Oh, and have we seen those tax returns yet, or... One thing I hate about him is the way he doesn't make sense at all when he speaks. He doesn't answer questions correctly. He's just retarded. I was able to find a clip from Jimmy Kimmel that was able to show you guys exactly how dumb he sounds. So take a look.
Welcome, thank me, and buckle up, because I'm coming in hot. This is going to be a crazy one. Daddy came to play. First of all, you're all fake news. I hate you all very much, and thank you for being here. First question, no. Next.
But, Mr. President, no one has even asked a question
yet. Doesn't matter.
Yet.
No. Next.
Mr. President, you've been in office for just 4 weeks.
And yet, we've made so much progress. In fact, if you ask any American, they'll say that I've managed to make the last 4 weeks feel like 4 years. 4 more weeks. 4 more weeks. 4 more weeks. Next.
Can you address the recent missteps in your administration?
Look, it's not my problem. We inherited a mess. It is such a mess. Not even a giant Roomba could clean it up, which we are working on with Elon Musk. It's top secret, confidential, and I'm going to leak it in about 15 minutes. Next.
Yep, reports say that you knew about Michael Flynn's correspondence with Russia 3 weeks ago. What did you know, and when did you know it?
Look, I knew that he knew that I knew, but he didn't know that I knew, that he knew, that I knew, that he knew, that I knew, that he knew. So now you know. Next.
Mr. President, CNN here.
Fake news. Fake news. Who? Fake. In fact, I'm not even calling it fake news anymore. I've thought of something new. I've changed the name. I'm now calling it faux news. It's much classier if you think about it. Very classy. Spelled F-A-U-X. And it's not pronounced Fox. Even though I love Fox, it's the best network. Faux and Friends is my favorite show on Faux.
So it sounds like you're happy with the way things have been going in your first few weeks?
Very happy. In fact, we just named our new Secretary of Labor, Beyonce. Who knows more about going into labor than someone carrying twins? Nextly.
Are you or anyone on your staff currently in touch with Russian intelligence officials?
You know what? For this question, I'm going to have to get out my magic Trump 8-ball. Fake news. Fake news. Big league. Big leaks. Big leaks. Gina. All signs point to sad. One more shake, and this is going to make the ratings go through the roof. Faux news. Cue the music.
When you were with the president of China, you're launching these military strikes.
Yeah.
Was that planned? How did that come about that it's happening right then? Because right there you're saying, a reminder, here's who the superpower in the world is.
You have no idea how many people want to know the answer to this. I have watched speculation on 3 days now on what that was like.
When did you...
You'll be surprised. I'll tell you.
Before dessert?
I mean, I will tell you. Only because you've treated me so good for so long, I have to tell you, right? I was sitting at the table. We had finished dinner. We're now having dessert. And we had the most beautiful piece of chocolate cake you've ever seen. And President Xi was enjoying it. And I was given the message from the generals that the ships are locked and loaded. What do you do? And we made a determination to do it. So the missiles were on their way. And I said, Mr. President, let me explain something to you. This is during dessert. We've just fired 59 missiles. All of which hit, by the way. Unbelievable from, hundreds of miles away. All of which hit. Amazing.
Unmanned. Brilliant.
It's so incredible. It's brilliant. It's genius. Our technology, our equipment is better than anybody. Body by a factor of 5. I mean, what we have in terms of technology, nobody can even come close to competing. Oh, we're going to start getting it. Because, the military's been cut back and depleted so badly by the past administration and by the war in Iraq, which was such a disaster. So what happens is, I said, we've just launched 59 missiles heading to Iraq.
Headed to Syria.
We have such a winner. He can remember the chocolate cake he was eating, but he cannot remember the country that he sent missiles to. We're doomed here. Among all the things that Trump does not care about, women are top on that list. From teasing Hillary Clinton from getting cheated on and being able to satisfy her husband during the election, from using his own daughter as a sex symbol and speaking negatively about her and how he would date her or have sex with her, and the fact that he's trying to take away women's right to have abortions and get rid of Planned Parenthood, or saying he doesn't think women should be in the military and serve in combat, or teasing rape culture when he gets accused of rape, or saying that he can just grope women because he's a star. He just doesn't care about women. He doesn't care about anyone but himself. Donald Trump has not only made racial comments about Mexicans, but he's made them about African Americans, Muslims, different religions. He's just a racist person, and he's trying to make America great again by building a wall to block out the people that are contributing to making America great in the first place. America is great is because it's the melting pot. People come here to better their lives. So by blocking them out, how are you making us great again?
My name is Raymond Santana, and I spent almost 7 years in prison for a crime I didn't do. Well, I was 14 years old at the time, and it was basically a typical school day. Usually we walked around in East Harlem and visit different neighborhoods, and it just so happened that this night, hanging out with them led me to be in the park. This was a large group, so you're talking 30-something kids. We got arrested that night, and we were given disappearance tickets to go to family court. So this wasn't nothing that was, that caused a major alarm. And at 1 in the morning, they found this woman. And then that's when this case became very serious. The 5 of us became the most vulnerable of the group. First off, you have to look at the situation. This was an investment jogger who was found that she wasn't supposed to make it. And so it became almost like a homicide issue. And so they brought in, the elite of the police department. This was the Homicide North Detective Squad. These are guys that have over 20 years on the force. These are veterans. And here you have these 5 or 6 kids who really had no issues with the law, very naive, very young. When you look at that situation and then you apply pressure to it, it becomes a disaster at the end of the day. Back in 1999, we were 14, 15, 16 years old, and nobody wanted to invest in us. And so we felt that for these kids out here in the street, we would invest our time, our story into them. And if we can save one, then we did our job.
The Central Park 5 guys were exonerated after the real rapist came clean about his crime. But that wasn't enough for Donald Trump. He still felt that the 5 guys should have been executed because, of course, minority lives do not matter to that man. He doesn't care that they had families, and he doesn't care that they had to spend time in jail when they were innocent, and that change their life forever because he refuses to admit that they were innocent. He's just a heartless man who doesn't care about anyone but himself.
Fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, nigga, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, nigga, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah, fuck Donald Trump.